Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. Now today's video is about the Big May plant out. It seems like more of a trend now. I see more and more people talking about it. Last year I did a video planting out 150 plants in one day. It was exhausting. I've just heard the sound of my own voice. I sound a bit ropey, don't I? So today it's Monday. Personal news, very exciting. We got married on Friday. So we had marriage Friday, reception Saturday, yesterday Sunday. I sounded even ropier, but I did come up to the allotment for a little bit of fresh air, try and clear the head. Today is Monday, and then basically I've got 2 days for the Big May plant out, and then we're off on honeymoon. So, what a weekend. It's just been absolutely amazing. But as you can hear by the sound of my voice, I'm feeling very drained. I've got the hay fever, has come back like with a vengeance. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you a bit more about the wedding, but the Saturday night after the reception, it was so windy, like unbelievably windy, and I kept waking up. I mean, we didn't get to bed until like 3 a.m, but I just had the worst night's sleep of my life. And because it was so windy, I was having these like waking dreams about the allotments getting blown down, the polytunnel getting ripped to shreds. It was one of those, we could hear stuff like falling over in the back garden. And then last night, I slept for 12 hours. That's how tired I've been, and you can hear it. I'm still very, very, very tired. The actual wedding has been amazing. We did it across 2 days, but it's something about me. I'm not the most outgoing social person. I really do like my own space, and we've had loads of amazing friends and family come down for the wedding. And the actual wedding itself, you know, you're flitting around. Anyone who's been married will know you just spend that evening kind of doing laps, trying to talk to as many people as you can. And then outside of that, we've been spending time with family and friends who have come down. And now, because I didn't plan it very well, we've only got 2 days for the Big May plant out. Hopefully we're going to get the tomatoes, the chilies, basically everything else in the greenhouse kind of either moved on or planted out, so that when I'm on my honeymoon, my parents can just come along and water. But yeah, the actual wedding itself, just perfect, just absolutely amazing, the best day. Friday we actually got married just at a registry office, very, very small. We had like 10 guests. It was just beautiful. We got married outside, the weather held out, it was just like picture perfect. We did it, it's sort of like not been super traditional, but we did do it so that we didn't see each other the day before, and I hadn't seen the dress. So that memory of Jess walking down the aisle for the first time, just really, really perfect. And then having everyone just back at the house was wonderfully relaxed. But then Saturday itself, I'm so glad we split it across 2 days. The main reason we did it is sort of for friends and family traveling, so it'd be easier for them on the Saturday, and they could travel down on the day if they wanted to without taking the day off work. But it all goes by in the blink of an eye, doesn't it? It's just like that, and it's gone. You blink and it's happened. And being able to kind of extend it across 2 days made it feel like it's lasted a lot longer. And yeah, just a really, really nice party. Anyway, the whole idea behind this, I don't want to spend lots of time editing. I don't have much time. I've been rambling about it plenty and plenty. So what I'm going to do, show you how the allotment is looking at the moment, show you everything I've got to do across the next 2 days, and then hopefully we'll have an update at the end of Tuesday showing you everything I've done. Hopefully it's all gone well. Infuriating discovery to start. I forgot a bit of my tripod, so we're going to have to do static shots, but I can show you what's in the greenhouse to be planted out. We've got a few courgettes. I did water these yesterday, but they're looking really quite sad. I think I just didn't do a very good job of watering these thoroughly. Like, these are the ones I've repotted, but they've already got little mini courgettes on them. Hopefully get those out today. We've got a few trays. Look at these basil. They germinated really nicely, but I probably do want to get these kind of pricked out and moved on. My squash and kind of cucumbers, quite slow growth. We've got one that's really rocketing away in here, but I think I'll probably get all of these moved on into, well, they are in massive cells actually, so maybe they just need a little bit longer to get established in here. We'll see with these. I think I've got about 8 seed trays to plant out, which isn't too bad. That is a load of potted on flowers, so we've got some flax and zinnias and stuff in there. They definitely need to go out. They're quite small, but I think I'm just going to put them out and hope for the best. There's a few more flowers next door as well. We have this really, really overdue salad tray that definitely needs to go out. Lots of lettuce and beetroot. A few spring onions in this one to go out. This is quite nice. This is a few spare tomatoes, and then right next to them, do you see there? These small ones are the veranda patio tomato that I planted, and they have all germinated nicely in those pots. Up here we've got some marigolds to go out. That shouldn't take too long. In here, one of my flowers has gone to flower, unfortunately. I might plant that out anyway, and hopefully we'll get some seed going. I don't actually know what that is. Then we've got some aubergines, some brassicas in there as well that definitely need to be moved on. On the top shelf, the calendula and cosmos, really, really healthy, looking really good now. Chili peppers, lots and lots of chilies to get into their final pots. And we've got not much germination in here, but there are a few tomatoes and some slightly overdue sunflowers, shall we say. And in the smaller greenhouse, very exciting. Look at these tomatoes. Now, I did a whole rant about tomatoes and people getting a bit worried about them. And give these another 2 or 3 weeks, they're going to be maybe 3 times the size and probably ready to be planted into my polytunnel ground. And whoa, I told you they'd rocket away. I told you they'd start growing as soon as they were potted on. And these, my friends, are the stragglers. These are the smaller ones. So we've got even better ones in the polytunnel, which I'll show you shortly. But these all need to go out, and that is a big job. And we've got 2 more trays of peppers in here. They're looking pretty good. Got an aubergine as well. The peppers, to be honest, maybe could wait another week until I potted them up. But I think it makes sense to kind of get them going with the big May plant out. A few of them will be just starting to flower. These are probably the smallest chilies that I've got. There's 6 chilies in here. These are the stragglers as well. They are starting to go to flower though, so I think getting them all moved up at the same time just kind of makes sense. It's a very big job, although maybe I'll just prioritize and get the biggest ones in if I do run out of time. But thankfully, that's it in the small greenhouse. It's not too bad in here. And then we have the polytunnel. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of clearing up to do in here still, as well as a lot of planting out. This bathtub is still in here, and to be honest, I'll probably leave this in here or just shift it outside for the big potting up of all the chilies. And the tomatoes will go in the ground in here. And what I will probably do the chilies first, and then I can get this bathtub out the way, chuck it at the back of the plot. But yes, speaking of tomatoes, look at these. Oh, when I told you they grow quick. I mean, I was saying it, so I knew it was true, but these have grown much quicker than I was expecting, to be honest. Absolute monsters, definitely screaming, get me in the ground. So that is really the priority at the moment. But we've got to do the chilies first. Oh, these have started falling over, so I actually had to get a bit of string going between the chains on the hanging shelf just to stop them from all flopping over. But not only that, we've got some strawberries on the ground to get in the vertical planters. And there's a few trays of beans. These are the Kalima. You're a little sad. Why are you sad? The rest looking pretty strong, pretty healthy. So I'm going to do exactly what I did before, get these in the ground and then re-sow the trays. And you can see where I did that very recently. We've got some nice new germination. I think these are the dwarf borlotti. So lots more beans to kind of keep the succession going. And as well, there is one other job that I'm really hoping I can get done before I go, and that is wood chipping, because we have finally, after I don't know, maybe like a year and a half, had a decent enough wood chip delivery. I mean, it's not brilliant stuff. There's a lot of leaves in here, but if you pile it up enough, the leaves break down and you are left with a nice wood chip. And there's lots to do. I haven't ever wood chipped between these 2 beds. There's lots of topping up to do, but it does take a little bit of time, and planting out is definitely going to be the priority. So I think that's it. I think that's everything I've got to do. And we're up against the clock, so I'm just going to crack on. Wish me luck, folks. I'll show you what I've done after 2 days. Hi, folks, and we are back. It is the next day. It's about 1 o'clock. I have been here since 8 o'clock this morning. I put in a decent shift yesterday, but I was not feeling it, as you could hear in my voice. And I think I managed about 4 hours. And I didn't really do anything I was meant to do. It was a real, I started looking around and I realized my P support, can you see that at the back there, had come down in the wind. So I had to do that, spend a bit of time trying to support my asparagus as well, which was flopping down all over the place. And I had a few comments saying, JB, careful, if they rock too much, it can kill the root. So a bit of that and a lot of this out here. Now, I said maybe if I had time, I would get to the wood chipping. And why have I done this instead of planting stuff out first? I don't really know. Maybe just because I'm an idiot. Can you hear the wind? I apologise, I'm just having to shout. I just wanted to do it. I wasn't feeling up to much yesterday. You can see over here, it's not much. It's pretty still kind of flopped over. Basically, I just put a bit of support in between some uprights and it has just stopped it from going completely horizontal. Oh, I did forget about these as well. I got some leeks and some onions that I need to get out today. But yeah, as well as the wood chipping, I did get a lot of stuff planted out in the bed. So we've got a little courgette here. I harvested loads of rhubarb, a bit of lettuce. All of the volunteer potatoes came out of here as well. It just looks so much better. I've done a few other bits on the plot as well. But yes, definitely silly, definitely not good prioritization. Look at the weeds on here. I did a lot of weeding yesterday as well, but I couldn't stomach this bed. This is the French beans. I got these planted out this morning. And the peas they survived, thankfully. About half of the twine at the top had ripped, so I've replaced that with a wire, so it should be a lot more robust. You can see they're swaying around a little bit, but they should be okay. We're just getting the first peas now. And these are aldermen, so I think they're aldermen anyway. Yeah, I just ate a pod, just to check it's not Monge 2. That is not Monge 2. Bitter. It tastes like grass. These peas have somehow managed to hold on as well, despite the inadequate supporting, and I did forget when I put this up. This is alderman as well, which is a full height pea. It's not a dwarf. So very, very ambitious trying to get it going on this very small teepee. I did get a few more beans out this morning as well. There's some more flowers to go out though, and still an awful lot in this greenhouse still to do. 1 o'clock, I think we've got time. This isn't the main job though. This is a small job. Let me show you the main job. This weather is absolutely shocking. Really is not very nice. Oh, these oxeye daisies are though. Anyway, let me take shelter. Oh, right, so it's all change in here. And this morning, like I say, 8 o'clock, been a good 6 hours and it all takes so long, doesn't it? Quick editor's note, 6 hours sounds ridiculous, but a lot of that is because I had so much prep to do, like cutting back this grapevine, like in the polytunnel, and all of this wormwood. It all took a little while. I was processing it up for the hot composter, so much tidier, and I had to get rid of everything that was on this hanging shelf as well before I could even think about just the organization, you know, which chili peppers were going where, and then I could finally start potting everything up. I think that's really why it took so long to get properly stuck in. But we've got the chili grows. This is the new chili grow set up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 auto pots all plumbed in. I had just a little bit more to do on this auto pot custom plumbing system that I've done just with a water butt, but that didn't take too long, thankfully. And I'm just starting on the quad grows now. You can see we've got 2 here, and I've got these new little plant supports in. I did say I'd let you know how they were going, and so far first impressions are good, but give it a season before you consider it the JB stamp of approval. I had a few messages from people already saying that they'd bought them and they were quite impressed, but I don't vouch for it yet. So if you buy them and they're rubbish and they don't last a season, don't blame me yet. Behind me, you can see I've started organizing the first tray of tomatoes. I've got 2 trays of tomatoes like this, and oh, good Lord. My general strategy with these, I think I'm gonna go 3 again, so 3 in each line. And my general strategy, put the smaller tomatoes at the back, or not the bigger tomatoes actually. So the beefsteaks go at the back, and then the cherries, which get really, really tall, at the front. And generally that worked pretty well last year. And I've just started organizing them, getting them so the cherries are there, the medium-sized ones are there, and then the beefsteak ones are there. This is the other tray. These are the stragglers. Look at that, just fantastic. So I've just got 1 more quad grow to do, 1 more quad grow pot, and then the idea is to get this moved. I got pretty much a perfect amount of compost mixed up, look at that. One more quad grow pot, then I can get rid of all this, tidy all this up a little bit, and then start getting the tomatoes out. It's been a bit of an interesting day. It didn't start off well, you know, a lot of cursing and blinding, and I wish I had a bit more time, and yeah, not really enjoying it. But after just stopping, having a bit of lunch, some of the Canadian family just came down for a quick allotment tour. Somehow, with 3 kids, they've braved this like apocalyptic, stormy weather. They were just like, well, it's just fine. We'll put the wellies and the coats on. And that was really, really nice to see them. So I'm feeling really positive. And we'll see. We'll see what we get done, won't we? Okay, we are back, folks. It's coming up to 4 o'clock. I am losing the will. And I feel like I'm only scratching the surface of all the stuff I wanted to do. How does it take so long? How does it take so long, you know? The good news is the tomatoes are now in the ground. The bad news is I still need to go through, water them in properly. Really important to get a good seal, because this soil it's a little on the dry side, it's a little loose. It's not as, I mean, I was expecting it to be drier, to be honest. You can really tell the clay is doing some magic. When you do get down there, there is still a lot of moisture in there, but yes, I need to water, and as well, I need to tie them all in. I've tied about 15% in as I was going, but most of these haven't been tied in yet, so still a bit of that to do. I was hoping to maybe get that automatic irrigation set up today, but that's not going to happen. I'm definitely running out of time. You might notice as well, looking a bit scraggly, like what's all this stuff in the bed? This is some old parsley stuff. It's just chop and drop, okay? So these are old rhubarb leaves, really good for mulching and keeping that moisture kind of locked in. So I've just been working around that. It's not made life any more difficult, really. But it does look a bit untidy, I know. Much nicer when you've got a nice manure mulch on here. I do have as well the marigolds to go in, but my initial goal today had been get all of this done and empty the greenhouse as well, but if I'm honest, it's just not going to happen. I think I might have to leave my parents some instructions. Please plant out the lettuce, Mum and Dad. And a little bit of that kind of stuff, because we've got family dinner soon and I need to go shopping and get all the stuff, and we're hosting everyone for dinner. So what has kept me going after spending all this time on my hands and knees scrabbling around, I know I'm about to be away for a week by the pool in Greece for our honeymoon. So thank you ever so much for joining me. Thank you for all of your support along the way. And an extra special thank you to all of my Chili Pepper tier patrons: Tony, Bill, Pam, Mel, Michael, Socks, Dorcasaur, Louise, Andre, and Brett. Hopefully, I'll see you again next time with an update on how it's all looking after a week away.